Come on down, walks with fools. Come on down front. Which I know most walks with fools ain't gonna be down front. But in the event that you do, let's talk about some of the foolishness that old fools have wrought. You have wrought criminal children, undisciplined children, unaccountable children. You have wrought undisciplined, big-bodied children, aka adults. You have wrought ignorant and illiterate children. You have wrought the inability to define a woman. You have wrought the inability to not have crutches and pacifiers as a part of adulthood or growing up or maturing. You have wrought calling God a liar, exalting the world and celebrities and the culture pastors and all of that above God and following them. You have wrought the legislation of things and ideals that God never stood for. You have wrought the rise of the false pastors and prophets out here talking about Jesus. God is non-binary, he's fluid, he's queer, he's this, he's that. Now, I might be missing some, but you get it. You have wrought a lot. But now we have come to, no. We've wrought unnatural mothers. We've wrought faulters that are faulty in fathering and can't father, mothering, unnatural mothering, aka smothering, because they can't mother. They're smothering their children in all kinds of foolishness. They raising them to be disrespectful, dirty, subsidized. The wealth of generations now is welfare and assistance, scamming, being fraudulent, aka trans. Trans ain't nothing but fraud. That's why identity fraud and undocumented has become so much of a thing, because unwise elders don't have boundaries. You've allowed a boundaryless, nonsensical society to run rampant. So now we have 11-year-olds, look over at Baltimore last night, being shot on the playground. 1-year-olds being shot in DC. 3-year-olds being killed. 10, 11, on and on and on. 7 months old, New York, a couple of months ago. Just babies being killed. You got the old folks being killed. You got everybody being ran up on. They trying to steal your cars. Just no discipline. Old fools do that, because before it can be allowed to get to where it is, old fools have to disregard their upbringing, their teaching, the God that they say that they love and serve. They had to trade God for following behind people who told you that being loving is not correcting, lying to people, aligning with their delusions. None of the things that you were raised on. We weren't raised like that. I'm going to go back to, if you were born in the 70s, even the 80s. Now in the 90s, we started seeing some of the break apart. But you do have some people raise your children in the 90s with some sense. Some still now. It's a small few, and it's a struggle. But you have them. But for the most part, we have a whole population of elders that are fools, that have listened to fools, have become fools, that think a fool could come talk to you because they're your grandchild or your daughter or your niece and nephew, and you love them dearly, and you send them off to some falutin' little school, and they come back and they tell you something that you know is not right. It doesn't make sense. That goes against God. But because you have bought into this fictitious demonic narrative that love allows anything, No correction. You can only correct certain things that the culture allows you to correct. And the culture most of the time is wrong because the culture is a lie. Based on a lie. Not based on the foundation or anything, but it's the elders. It's the elders. I'm going to say the elders in my generation. And yes, we are elders now because a lot of us are grandparents. Some are great grandparents, depending on how early you guys started having children and how early your children had children. You're elders. You have great nieces and nephews, or you know, you got nieces and nephews. You got children. So you're elders now. You're not the 50 is the new 30. You're not the 50 is the new 20. You're an elder. You're supposed to be doing some things. Titus 2 and 3. If you in the church, if you know Jesus, but y'all ain't doing that. So now we have all this foolishness running rampant because you want to walk with and listen to fools that tell you that they can't define a woman because they, I don't know biology. I'm not a biology teacher. Well, I wasn't a biology teacher either. But I know what the Bible said, and I know what he created, and I know why he created it, because you got the egg and you have to have the sperm. You can't have an egg and the egg and the sperm and the sperm. The sperm can't fertilize other sperm. You can't have not discipline, but y'all done did the gentle parenting. I can't spank, or I'm going to try time out, or I'm going, you know, I can't take these privileges away. Don't you talk to my child. Don't you say nothing to my child when they do wrong. All that foolishness. So now we have children running over here just rampant. They running over police. They running over people. They can't spell because y'all done let these people talk you into lowering standards to the point where they can't read, they can't write, can't spell, and then you don't even try to help read or write or spell. Just give them a tablet and get them out your face. So we got that going on. Now we have the whole syndrome because a lot of females hate men so much that they want to see even their sons be sassy or run around because you spoiled them and you don't have a man, so your son is your man. You have made him into a mini image of what you think a man should be, but hasn't matured into his manhood. So now he's acting like you, and he's emotional. He's a lunatic. So he's out here getting in trouble in the streets, shooting and doing whatever he's doing. So then when he gets caught, guess what? Your mommy instinct, your mommy and your wife instinct, he kick in, and you want to free your baby. You ain't teaching him a lesson. Because all he going to do is keep committing crime. Then he going to end up either in jail for real for doing something very severe, or he going to end up dead, because not everybody's going to play around with your son. You got either he going to threaten the police going to have to put him down. He going to threaten one of his ops. They might put him down. Or he done killed the op, and one of the ops' family or friends come and pop him. And then you have the jealous friends. You just got a whole bunch of foolishness that foolish elders done let pop off because narratives sound good. You wanna they wanna talk to you about a man can't tell you this, that, and the other, and down with the patriarchy. You know what the patriarchy does? It sets order. I need the patriarchy to step to the head of the class and the head of the line and shut this crap down before these kids kill everybody, including their mamas. You know they out here killing their mamas, right? They killing their mamas, they killing their fathers, they killing their grandparents, they killing whoever. Then you got mamas killing their kids. Like, everybody, it's no boundaries, it's no correction. You're not taught anything, but it's the fault of the elders. Before children cannot be raised properly, they get it from somewhere. It's the elders in their lives. It's the elders that have failed to ensure that there are no policies that are in place that will diminish their ability to read, write, learn cursive. Y'all stupid elders allow for cursive to be taken out of schools, and now you want it to come back. So much has been allowed because elders went along with the stupid narratives of people that don't mean you no good. The same people that sold you on killing yourself, that are allowing your children to kill one another indiscriminately, that they don't punish any of it, that they let them, just like you, have allowed your children to not hear the word no, to when they do things that they have no business doing, you never punish them. So now they out here doing whatever, and then you have the nerve to maybe run for office, and then you got a whole bunch of fool elders that come behind you because you look like they think you should look to be in office, and here we go. So now we're fighting to have laws enforced. We're fighting for boundaries. We're fighting for standards to be back in school. We're fighting for them to learn how to put clothes on and wash their behinds, because it's funny to me, these kids are not even just the kids. It's some adults in my age bracket that look very dusty and musty. Hygiene challenge, because that's what walking with fools is. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You can feel this. And if you don't want to wash, you ain't got to wash. I'm so glad I grew up at a time where we were instilled with things that would make us better, be better, and where we could function in society without flipping out, being stupid and ignorant and irrational. And we know how to talk in a complete sentence. We can spell. Now, there's some of us that can't, but overall, that's the exception. Today, y'all done flipped the exception into the rule. And if you talk like you got some sense or a certain way, you trying to be white. You trying to be this, that, and the other. Well, how about you try to be a decent individual? How about you try to act like you an adult and not be out here going along with stuff that you know is stupid or problematic? We now have people out here now. Not only are they out here pushing the trans stuff, now they're pushing free periods, trans menstruation equity. Like, when you don't stop, it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. That is where elders are old, have become fools. Old fools out here just allowing and aligning with and co-signing. It was never a mass movement of fools. When I was growing up, I suspect it wasn't never a mass movement of fools when many people were growing up until now, until recent years. But yet y'all think somebody's supposed to listen to you? Why? If you too stupid and foolish to know that there are two genders only, if you too stupid and foolish to stand up for what you believe, if you actually believe what God said, or if you have exalted yourself above God, you are a fool. Because ain't nobody greater. God is not an equal to any of us. He knows more than all of us. He created us. He created everything. So he knows everything. But old fools have really jacked up society. And then instead of recognizing it, you all still want to go down this path. And you don't understand why. Everything, discipline, correction, order, two genders, the role of man and woman, you all are against it. So you really think that God, do y'all remember, has anybody remembered? I'm not talking about the children that you all have failed to raise correctly in the Bible. Do y'all remember in the Bible? It talks about God giving you the desires of your heart. If you desire to rebel against him and be against him, he gonna let you have that, but you got the consequences. We have consequences for our actions. Our consequence is these children are a threat and a terror. And then you turn around and let people that are not taking you seriously, they take the criminals and the thugs and the predators seriously. But you will stick with your foolish behind and keep on supporting them, but yet you'll still be crying, oh, my insurance is going up. You live in a high crime area, and it's overrun by criminals. The criminals that you want to shield and protect and free, even when they happen to be your own. Our parents ain't do that. They like, you do the crime, you got to do your time, or they gonna deal with you. Like, honestly, for us that was raised, we don't have no excuse for what's going on, what we have allowed, other than the fact that we're foolish and we want to fit in. For what? We're not like the fools that push the foolishness for the most part. We're not like Hollywood or these other high price, high dollar individuals that could push trans and all that other insanity. And they live in places that they can, at a drop of a dime, the police gonna be there because they have security details and all that other stuff attached to them, and they got gates. So crime is not their issue. Of course they want equity for criminals. Of course they want criminals treated fairly. They don't deal with them on the regular. If they do, it's a rare chance when they come across criminals and become victims. It's usually like some type of scamming or some of their house left open. You see how some of the athletes and stuff houses are targeted. But they don't have to deal with random, just we don't never know what's going to happen like we do out here on the street. People just see somebody and they start to shoot them, like the little kids' playground. But that's a situation that foolish elders have created by not enforcing, first of all, not disciplining at home where it starts, not educating, but then supporting people that push lax laws. So while you out here being a fool, you're responsible for what's going on out here today. So take a bow. Take a bow that the children have been shot and killed that don't have nothing to do with nothing. They just outside trying to play. They're elderly people, innocent women and children, because you want to have a predator and prey class because you want to protect them and they have bad behavior. But behind closed doors, you want to whisper about it. Think yourself. Stop walking with fools and maybe you'll have some wisdom and knowledge. Until then, here we are.